Ha! You funny. Tell Los to get down here. Damn Los. Hey yo, Los.
Damn, Los, I thought I told you not to be on YouTube.
What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Lo back with another video. And you know, last time I did an anime reaction video, we actually got that joint to like 60 views. And I know views don't mean nothing or nothing like that, but we're gonna try to get this one to 100. This one's part 3, bro. And I'm looking forward to it because, you know, I love me some anime fights. And, you know, it's an intelligent thing when it comes down to all the fights and getting down. I rocks with that. So we're going to check out this video. Please hit a like and a subscribe, man. It goes a long way. You know, it'll help my channel grow and everything. If you do want to see more content like this, leave me a comment below and I will continue to drop more anime fights, man, you know. And we actually are watching the same video, the same guy who made the last video, so things kind of coincide and we'll just keep the ball rolling with it. I do love his videos. I haven't seen this one yet. I want to check it out with you guys personally, face to face, so we don't have to, you know, do all that extra. But without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, let me go ahead and switch that over. Should I do that? Hold on. Make that joint a little bigger like that. Okay, yes, sir.
Well, what do you know? Top 10 hand-to-hand fights in anime Volume 2 blew up. I think everyone's raring for more anime fight scenes that involve good old fists. So here we are. I heard you. And if that last video wasn't enough to quench your thirst for anime brawling, then this video will be perfect for you. After having gone through more than a dozen hand-to-hand fights in anime, why not come back for more? I mean, throughout its colorful history, anime has more than its fair share of hand-to-hand fights to keep the list going for many volumes. So for now, we take a look at 10 more amazing instances that show that anime is just not all about swords and guns.
Alright, here we go.
Now here's an anime that you may not have heard of, and I don't blame you. Noen isn't exactly the most popular show in the shonen-dominated mid-2000s, but its 12th episode gave us this gem of a battle between Karasu and Fukuro. It's a classic climactic beatdown between two combatants done in Noen's signature art style. Now I'd say that the animation and the overall feel of the thing can be an acquired taste, but few can undermine the tension surrounding the whole thing. The music helps a lot too, as do the cuts to different scenes mid-fight. For me, the fight itself only tells half the story, but with something like this, I wouldn't be surprised if some people would start thinking otherwise.
Okay, here we go. Assassination Classroom.
9th place on the list is Nagisa versus Garma. I think that this fight is one of the best ones in Assassination Classroom, even if you put the hand-to-hand qualifier away. In addition to it being a great fight as a fight, I also think that the emotions flowing in this fight really work in its favor too. The fight was back and forth at first, with Garma giving some painful looking beatdowns on his less physically inclined opponent. Nonetheless, Nagisa has heart and you should never count out a determined fighter. In the end, Garma concedes defeat in one epic turnaround. Until now, people still debate on whether Garma let Nagisa win this one or not. I think that the anime is leaning towards that narrative. Then again, Garma is the better one in terms of actual fighting, but there's no way that another fight between the two would be that easy to call. In the 8th spot, we have Edward Elric versus Greed. Now the question is, which Edward versus Greed fight? Well, the one from the original FMA. A lot of people sing Brotherhood's praises, but I think that the original FMA had its shining moments too. One such moment is the fight between Edward and Greed in episode 24. It seems to be one of the great underdog fights in FMA. Edward spends most of the start of this fight getting his ass kicked thanks to the sudden transformation of his opponent and the fast attacks in which the latter came upon him with. The eventual comeback does begin when Edward forces a fist-to-fist deadlock and he finishes the battle with a good old stab through the chest. Not many remember the original FMA compared to Brotherhood, but this fight's really something to remember it by. Truly one of the best fights and moments in that series. We don't really see a lot of people talk about Kizuna Ichigeki, but I think that it's a nice, cool short film that you guys might want to check out if you've got some time to spare. For me, the highlight of this movie as far as fight sequences go is the battle between Kizuna and Giant Gaga. The battle's short but intense and is a nifty example of the classic David versus Goliath style fight. Fast and agile, Kizuna spends most of the fight jumping around and delivering quick strikes while creatively using the gigantic opponent as terrain to deliver some more complicated moves. Giant Gaga struggles to catch the tiny opponent and is finished off by a punch to the forehead. Maybe giants really do have a weak spot on their foreheads. Overall, the fight takes a little less than a minute and is short but sweet.
Oh, if you don't know, now you know. This is my motherfucking show, Cowboy Bebop. Oh, man, is this the mop sequence? Oh, God. Oh, this that fight. I grew up watching Cowboy Bebop. It is one of my, what do you want to call, like, it's my holy grail. It is my favorite show. And I know everybody gonna be like, man, what about Naruto and all this? Yo, when I was young, I loved Cowboy Bebop. It was what got me into anime. My dad was actually the person who showed me it when I was younger, and it always stood ground. Like, I wanted to be like him when I grew up. But let's check this video out.
Sixth on the list is another moment from the Cowboy Bebop movie. Wow, this movie sure has its fair share of nice hand-to-hand combat, doesn't it? From the same movie that brought us Spike versus Vincent, we get Spike versus Elektra. Spike's infiltration mission is off to a rough start as he immediately comes face-to-face with Elektra. Running into a woman who engages you in battle that quickly is tough for our hero, but it does make for some nice visuals for us viewers. The two go at it with everything in their disposal, which includes punches, kicks, and whatever props they can get their hands on. This is certainly an inferior fight compared to Spike versus Vincent, one we see later on in the film, which I featured in a previous list, by the way. Nevertheless, the short scuffle...
Low-key, I forgot to mention that. If you pay attention to the intro of my video, this sequence, that fight between him and the other guy, that is the video that's playing in the background. I forgot. I completely forgot to say that, but let's continue.
Does give us an ample appetizer to the fights that are yet to come in the very same movie. Sometimes you just gotta hand it to the animators, don't you? They just do their job too well and turn a niche show into must-see TV for some parts of the anime fanbase. For Gleipnir, its moment came in episode 2 with the battle between Shuichi and Hikawa. There's a lot to be said about the battle itself, but the moment quickly cements itself to the minds of the watchers thanks to the beautiful animation. This is something that you don't see in manga. It took up most of the discussions after the episode, and it elevated the show through the ranks of its peers in the season. It also helps that given the premise and the genre of the show, fans will be coming back for more. With Gleipnir's run still ongoing, let's wait and see if more of this will come our way. And I tell you, I have a good feeling it probably will. The fight put Gleipnir on the map of many...
Low-key, I started watching this. I finished this fight. It was one of the dopest fights I've ever seen. I'm going to continue to watch this, and I will keep y'all updated on how that goes. If you guys want to see more stuff like this or more videos of me reacting to fights or anything, send me links, man. I'll leave my social media down below, and you guys can help me grow this channel and show exactly what's going on. But, some of these fights be impactful, bro.
Anime watchers, and it's proof of what the power of animation can have in bringing to life or even pushing an already good fight to greater heights.
My nigga said, hold this. Ooh. That's that Bucky.
For our fourth place battle on the list, we have Luffy versus Blueno. A memorable battle often comes with a memorable reveal, and I think that Luffy showing off Gear Second in his fight against Blueno makes one of the more epic scenes in the first 300 or so episodes of One Piece. The fight itself isn't too shabby, and I think that both fighters learn a thing or two following their skirmish at Water 7. It's more so for Luffy, who finds a way to break through his Dekai and manages to fight him on even terms with Soru. Then comes the grand finale, which is the reveal of Gear Second, a sign of things to come in the story with Luffy's abilities. There's also the nifty detail about Gear Third foreshadowing in this battle. It's something that you'll come back to and catch once you've gotten to the latter storylines. My Hero Academia's first season ended with a banger of a final fight. We're at the cusp of the first season's ending, and what a way to end the arc with a climactic battle to demonstrate.
If you have not seen My Hero Academia, it is a must-see. If you a new weeb, if you're old weeb, it's a must see, bro. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all done seen it already. But for those who haven't decided to start watching anime, bro, get into anime, man. I know people say, oh, it's weird, bro. I'm 25, man. I still watch it.
Straight why All Might is rightfully the world's mightiest hero. The whole sequence deserves mentioning, as All Might didn't win the fight all on his own like some invincible anime Superman. He had some help from his students, and once all the distractions had been taken care of, it comes down to All Might and Nomu. Despite all of Nomu's endurance, an All Might with declining powers makes quick work of the villain, giving us one of the most iconic gifts featuring the legendary hero. If you can't get enough of All Might, he has a lot of other shining moments that you might want to see in the videos of this channel.
Yeah. Ooh, bink, bink. Hold this. Bow. Elbow.
For something that's flown under the radar for so long, Hitori Noshita sure finds no shortage of amazing fight sequences. This time we'll take a look at the fight between Zug and Puppets. You gotta give kudos to the animators behind this anime project as a whole. This rooftop fight is really a joy to watch, mainly because of the smooth animation, the various camera cuts, and the sheer effort made in sequencing and choreography. The Puppets chase Zug one after another, and you can really get caught in the pacing and how swift everything is. If you're up for some smooth and slick fighting scenes, Hitori Noshita is an anime that you should really check out. Unfortunately, we don't have an English translated version of it just yet, so you'll have to wait for a while. But this definitely is a series I'll be keeping an eye on for more amazing fights and animation sequences.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Ball in general is no stranger to a lot of great hand-to-hand fighting, with it being a martial arts anime first and foremost. I think that Broly vs Gogeta is one of the best fights Dragon Ball in general has to offer, simply because of how intense and fast-paced it is. It takes a certain kind of special to catch your viewers and immerse them in the experience of such a fast and hyper battle scene, and this one does it very, very well. We all know how strong these two combatants are, so a fight between them has to have some huge expectations. Judging by what I just said a few moments ago, this fight got all expectations checked and then some. They say that you can learn more about a person or two by how they fight, and that saying definitely applies to this fight. It's more than lights and fireworks, but of course the spectacular takes center stage. Overall, this thing is simply a beauty to watch on the big screen, and seeing as how it captivated me so much, I place this at the top of this list. I hope the list this time managed to satisfy you in your...
Alright, guys. Alright, so I guess that's the whole list. I do like the list. I would move some fights around. The Gogeta and Broly would have probably been behind All Might's fight. Cowboy Bebop, because it's my favorite show, would have been the last one, just because it's Cowboy Bebop. And if you really know, you know. But I should drop some merch like that or something. I should do something with that. I actually do love Cowboy Bebop. It's probably the finest anime, whole-rounded anime I've seen. I mean, there are some that are better, and there's some that have better animation and better graphics and all that. But Cowboy Bebop is, I don't know, it's holy grail for me. But I do hope you guys did like and you do love it, to appreciate these videos that I have been dropping. That last one did well. Can we try to get this one to 10 likes, man? If we get this video to 10 likes, I'm going to call it a win. And I feel like that's not a gigantic thing, but go ahead and, you know, like, subscribe, and grow with your boy. And if you want to see more videos like this, leave it in the description. I mean, leave it in the comments. What am I talking about? Leave it in the comments, and we'll go forward with that. I will link the original videos in the comments. I will also put my social media in the comments, and if you guys feel the need to want to talk to me or check out some of the stuff I talk about, I'm on Twitter, I am on Instagram, and you guys can, you know, hit me up at any time and just be like, talk to me, man, because we all need somebody to talk to, and I'm here for that. But I see you guys later. I'm out.